Loving you is cool, but getting money's the only thing that's on my mind. I don't know what to do but hustle. I be living on the street if I'm not on my grind. I'm doing the best I can. I need you to understand to be on my side. It's a hell of a sacrifice. I'm chasing this cash for life. It's a long, long ride.
It's a long ride, a lot of lonely nights. Might be a lot of fuck-ups before I finally get it right. Shit, I hope I'm worth it, cause shit, you ain't perfect. All them Gucci and Louis purses, I hope you deserve it. Stay down, only weak bitches stay down. We can't afford to just walk away from this pay now. I'm shipping shit through Greyhound, taking out kind of chances. Could be locked up, but you rocked up, living in many mansions. Hog life, gotta get it if it's good. Niggas who get lazy end up back in the hood. If I lost it all, I'd probably lose you. So if it's paper on the table, I can't choose you.
Loving you is cool, but getting money's the only thing that's on my mind. I don't know what to do but hustle. I be living on the street if I'm not on my grind. I'm doing the best I can. I need you to understand to be on my side. It's a hell of a sacrifice. I'm chasing this I did my verse over at the chamber.
If my pockets on flat, I can't enjoy you, baby. Doing anything without money to me is just annoying, baby. I know you love looking at satellite TV. The mother nigga shit off. You would have to look at a DVD. Bitch, I ain't trying to hold your hand and take a walk in the park. I'd rather get my hustle on so we don't have to talk in the dark and fuck a repo. I ain't giving up my bender like that. I'll be goddamn if I let the recession pit me like that. If I go to jail, it's bail money. It's a red bottom and Chanel money. Plus the mortgage, fuck motel money. It smell good, but out of the smell money. I tennis a football field and I swear I'm a running back. So sit the fuck down and wait for me to come back with that money back.
Loving you is cool, but getting money's the only thing that's on my mind. I don't know what to do but hustle. I be living on the street if I'm not on my grind. I'm doing the best I can. I need you to understand to be on my side. It's a hell of a sacrifice. I'm chasing this cash for life. It's a long, long ride.
I don't want to be just news, baby. I want to be the hot topic. Eat lobster every day of my life. What the hell is a hot pocket? Catch a case, it's all good. I hide your kid shape, but now they got to drop it. Come home, keep fucking you until you say zero. You got to stop it. When I'm done, I'm back, right back on my grind. Like YC, I got racks on racks, right back on my mind. You live in lavish, you love that shit. Cause you was broke before you was that dick. So I hope you learn how to love that brick. Cause without that bitch, we wouldn't be shit.
Shit, without these licks, you wouldn't be shit, no red bottoms. Bragging to your friend about how you got them. Different pair every time they spot them. Taking trips, first class flights, it get hard, but I live my life. I'ma make sure my money right. Grind all day and I grind all night, like driving around in foreigns and vacate when it's boring. Time to time like I'm soaring, sipping on drink till you see me soaring. I sleep good since I'm out the hood, but I eat good in the street. So I'ma go get this paper. I'll be back next week. Bye.
Well, this side of the rain, we gon' shine. Let's fall in boiling. It's summer time. We feel it good. Charlie boy at the time. Country boys from the hood. And we shining bright. We got me feeling like it's Saturday evening. Sun going down, but ain't nobody leaving. And you see it, healing, believing. Watch my wide train, hell start to recede. Talking about the time, watching the line. County reclined on the 72 drive. Truck is gon' pop, street is still fly. Shit sideways in my 3-door stop. Hell shocks high, riders gon' rock. Beating up the block, but the top they gon' knock. Turn it up, you cannot. Sun is absurd. Open up my mouth and I'ma spit a blizzard. I'm a wizard with syllables and verbs. And it's here to throw down without using herbs. Oil sip and serve. Yes, West Coast of hurt. Used to be a hurt, don't stress my suburb. Well, the sunny of the rain, we gon' shine. And falling for late. It's summertime. We feeling good. Charlie boy and the time. Country boys from the hood. And we shining bright. Let the type all in. 24s through the hood, you know that boy crawling. Times drop cause it's hot on that stressed out thing. Charlie boy in the type, we the best out, man. Country boys living life like never before. Thanking platinum in the ghetto, so we better to flow. But now it's summertime, pull out the Lex in the Hummer time. Get your shine on, dawg, be a stunner time. I'm feeling good cause the hood love me. I give dap to my niggas and they all hug me. Add cans to the stands with every CD sold. $20 at the door just to see me flow. Doing well, making mail cause I'm living my dream. DVD, changing scenes, 60-inch flat screen. I bought the house in the car with the same damn chick. 100 rocks in the watch, all invisible sick. Hit the club showing love, 20 bottles of Chris. I'm a ball blowing money like it didn't cost shit. It's the Charlie in the tight country ghetto boys. Feeling good when we shine like some ghetto stars. Well, the sunny on the rain, we gon' shine. That ballin' parlay. It's summertime. We feelin' good. Charlie boy and the time. Country boys from the hood. And we shining bright. Flex with the bird and it's hot home. If you ain't know it, be my home. Charlie mama bottle. Mansion bottle. Sipping codeine, leaning out the bottle. Man, I'm so cold. 12 back to follow. I was swinging brother coming down about $1. Talking about the love. Oh, what the fuck? What's the damn deal? Big tiger, big tug. Hey, 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 hey. Kick what you say. Let me down, shoot up in the shit today. Boy, don't play. Rush in my water. I'ma get drunk like a dirty South rider. Cause I'm top, fat bastard going faster. I'ma come swinging bones like a damn chapter. I'ma get drunk at the park on Sunday. What's up, Andrew? Cody Porsche. Well, it's sunny or gray. 2 pieces down and ball and parlay for the damn summertime. Well, the sunny or gray. We gon' shine. Yo, me and Charlie go forever shine like my nigga baby. Wanna say what up to the Cash Money Millionaires. Y'all be sure to pick up that album from the big timers, you know what I mean? You got my nigga baby CD, #1 stunner. And we shining bright.
Hey. Let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Here go the intro. Oh, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this Friday evening? I know everybody's been watching the Olympics. I know track and field had just started, but I'm glad that y'all are here with me today, and I appreciate that, and I love that. But welcome to HBCU Tonight, powered by HBCU Overdrive. I'm your boy, Doc Holiday. Make sure that you like this stream. Make sure that you comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure that you hit that notification on the YouTube to get everything HBCU Overdrive. And for those that's on the X, that's watching from Twitter, aka X, make sure that you come on to the dark side and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to, you could go ahead and send donations right here all throughout the show. You can send it right here throughout the show to those three down below, or you can give a super chat, and it all goes towards the channel and not in the pocket. But we are here. We are here. Hey, yes, I love my Texas culture because it ain't like none other. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But appreciate you. Because that's where I'm from. I'm not too big with I'm not too big with the MEAC like that. But we gonna get into some MEAC stuff that's probably gonna be on tomorrow. But let's go ahead and lay out that commercial and be right back.
It's your boy Doc Holiday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shout outs, and members only live chats. And also you can get birthday shout outs on here and win member when you become a subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket.
All right, man. Let's be back, y'all. We are back as always. And I see Jay is on here. He is at work, and he is trying to run up out of there as fast as possible. And shout out to H-Town's own Simone Biles for killing everybody at the Olympics for this year. And we're going to be giving a personal shout out to Oak Cliff's on the Triple D. We're going to give a shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson for, pretty much finishing her first heat in the Olympics. I think she's going to bring back home the gold, and she's going to tear it up this year, this weekend, as far as the Olympics go. But other than that, man, we just want to put that out there. I remember watching Sha'Carri when she was at Carter High School. And then, she, watched a little bit of her at Carter, and then she made her way on to LSU. And of course, y'all know the things that she was, all the things that she was going through as far as pretty much the deal with what she was on.
There will be some sun and thunderstorms with a high of 120 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 77 degrees.
Remember what she was doing with dealing with the marijuana issue, and how she got they basically railroaded her. But they didn't make that mistake this time. But yeah. Yes, Miss Mary. Sha'Carri's gonna win her gold. and Simone is the GOAT. And we are here for it. But yeah, we got a lot of things get ready to come up on down the pipeline. Um, we got some things that get ready to come down the pipeline. So let's um but other than that, y'all, look, we're just gonna go ahead and jump up into the show. What we got as far as for let's go ahead and jump into this thing. Not gonna be out here too long tonight. Um, anyway, so if you ever watch this comedian on TikTok, his name is Impetuous, and so he has this he has this ongoing series about uh certain players. Um, they introduce themselves and basically they be on that bullshit. So this is where I got the idea for the title from him. You can check him out if you want to know who I'm talking about. You can check him out on TikTok under Impetuous, IMPET UOUS. Um, his content that he has is funny. Um, had me rolling. He does it's like voiceovers with different for different players and different characters and stuff like that. So I am going to go ahead and let's fire up the so we're gonna go ahead and start it off with the Tallahassee Democrat. Um, this is where I picked this story up here. But if y'all want to, y'all can always intervene and ask you questions because I have to for myself too. Democrat FAMU trustees recommend 1 year contract for new men's basketball coach Patrick Crary II. Uh, as you see, new Florida A&M coach. Um, let me see. I just messed some up over here. All right, let's go. So, new Florida A&M men's basketball coach Patrick Curry II may get a shorter contract than expected after recommendation by the university's trustees at Tuesday's DSO Athletics Committee meeting, which I know this pains AD, Sykes and Dr. Robinson, but it is what it is. So, new Florida A&M men's basketball coach Patrick Curry II may get a shorter contract than expected. At Tuesday's FAMU Direct Support Organization and Athletics Committee virtual meeting, FAMU trustee Kelvin Lawson motioned a recommendation for Curry to be signed to a one-year contract. The meeting followed the FAMU Board of Trustees approving a one-year contract for the university's interim president, Dr. Timothy Beard. One could easily conclude that I'm not predicting success, Lawson said. Quote, what I'm trying to do is mitigate the risk. If I go with 1 year because I'm not 100% confident and the year is successful, then great, I'll go with multi-year. Lawson added that FAMU Vice President and Director of Athletics, Tiffany Dawn Sykes, can decide if she wants an option for extended years upon first-year success at her discretion and choose to add incentives at her discretion. FAMU trustee Michael White seconded the motion, and it passed with a 6-2 majority vote, proctored by FAMU Associate General Counsel David Self. FAMU trustees Lawson, Deveron Giddens, Lauren May, Kenworth Stone, Nicole Washington, and Michael White favored the one-year contract. FAMU trustees Natalie Figures and Belvin Perry Jr. voted against it. Curry signed a 3-year contract worth $450,000, which basically evens out to $150,000 annually in April. Curry most recently served as men's basketball coach, has head basketball coach at St. Thomas University, a private Catholic university in Miami Gardens. He was also the school's assistant athletic director. Last June, however, the FAMU Board of Trustees tabled the contract's approval until the board's Orlando retreat next month. Lawson's reasoning is to lessen the financial blow to FAMU. On the 3-year contract, if FAMU parts ways with Curry without cause or for any reason after one season, it will owe the coach a maximum exposure of 20 weeks, a little less than $60,000. The 3-year contract was never voted on during Tuesday's meeting because it didn't get a motion and died on the agenda, said FAMU Board of Trustee Vice Chair Gibbons. Sykes contended the recommendation of Curry having a 1-year option contract, expressing her belief in the new men's basketball coach's leadership of the Rattlers. I wholeheartedly believe that this is the person to lead our program forward at this time. I know he can do the job. Sykes said, I think it best aligns with our strategic priorities and goals when we speak about recruiting and retaining talent to offer a multi-year contract. So now so let's get some talk about this. what them snakes got going on now? Okay, Chuck Hunt coming in from Monroe, chiming in from Monroe, Louisiana. Mr. Emmett says, FAMU definitely got a problem with optics about their sports programs. They do things backwards. LOL. Yeah, so let's get to So the board is making him audition for a job he was already fired for. The board is making him, he wasn't even fired. The board is making him audition because they don't want to pay that money if he doesn't, if he has a successful season. Now, the notion of having a 3-year, the multi-year contract died because they feel like that they don't want to, if he doesn't succeed and we have to let him go, we have to pay him that money that was owed. So they don't want to put themselves in a financial bind because remember, they also like they're being cheap with the head football coach too. They're not even paying Cozy a lot of money. They're only paying him the minimum, I think, of 100 and I think it was 150,000 or 200,000. That's pretty much given by the state of Florida. He said, let's be honest, FAMU only cares about football. I mean, if they cared about football, if FAMU cared about football, they could have done something as far as keeping Willie Simmons at the school. They could have went on instead of having this big argument, this big fuss because because AD Sykes wanted to hire somebody else instead of hiring from within. She felt like that she felt like she had the right choice at the time with Sean Gibbs as the head coach. But people pushed back because of the fact that somebody brought up the brawl or whatever you want to call it. I don't even think it was a brawl, but they brought up the fight between North Carolina A&T, where he was a position coach at the time. But when you see the video, he was actually trying to break up the fight. So people had so much pushback about that. And then that was like, if she was more likely was like, look, if you let me do my dang on job, like if you let me do my damn job, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. We wouldn't be making so much headway. This news right now. So I put it on the board of trustees, and they be on that bullshit. That's the reason why I named the show what it is. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Emmett. I think they'll probably do their baseball coach like that. This is very smart right here. Why not meet in the middle and give him 2 years? You get better performance data with 2 years. And plus, here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. You giving him a year, it's an audition. If he doesn't meet the needs of the school, as far as a winning season, getting into the tournament and actually even getting into the NCAA tournament, they're going to go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, he didn't get the job done. He didn't fulfill what he had to do. Do we keep him or do we let him go? Most likely this board is going to let him go because they are just that dumb. I'm thinking most of these people got, they got master's degrees. They got their bachelor's and masters, and some of them got their MD, their education degrees, their PhDs and stuff like that. And when it comes to the actual tenet of sports, they are dumber than a box of damn rocks. Um, it could have did that. It could have did that, but AD Sykes felt like she found somebody. She found somebody that was basically she basically felt like he could win with and bring given the type of barrier that they have that he can win and bring in recruits and have a winning basketball program. And there's too many cooks in the kitchen. It's too many cheese, too many cheese, and not enough Indians. Hey, Brianna, how you doing? Um, yes, they do too much. So it's too many cheese in the whole thing, and not enough Indians. So let's go ahead and continue reading on this right here. The hiring process of new FAMU men's basketball coach Patrick Crary was discussed. All right, so Tuesday, FAMU DSO and Athletics Committee meeting attendees author referenced a 50-person list for the Rattlers coaching vacancy. In June, a newsletter for small basketball programs, Don't Forget About Us, released a 51-person list of applicants, including Crary, for the FAMU men's basketball coach vacancy via a public records request. Everyone knows it takes time in a program to rebuild. I get that. I want to be careful what I say because I'm not trying to be disparaging. But out of 50 candidates, this person probably wouldn't have finished in the top 5 in most races. Lawson said. The list of applicants for the FAMU job spans from high school coaches to coaches with NBA experience. I don't want to get into hiring or firing. That's not my job, Gibbons said. But it bothers me when I see some names on there, many of which I don't even know, but I look at their background and experience and wonder how we got to this individual, which is Crary, that's 2 divisions beneath where we are playing in the SWAC. I lean towards the person having a 1-year agreement and give them a contract based on how they do this year and revisit it later. FAMU assembled a 5-person search committee to help Sykes identify Crary as the Rattlers' 15th head men's basketball coach. We have procedures in place, said FAMU trustee Otis Client II. The AD followed those procedures. She included DSOs, club folks, and so on. They too had an opportunity to look at this list. This is the person they came up with. Now, Trustee Lawson don't need to learn. He needs to go to, I don't know what he needs to do, but yeah, Lawson needs to go and look at. He needs to look at some basketball. This dude is basically out of touch. This dude is out of touch when it comes to athletics, right? And he's saying because uh he coached 2 divisions, two levels down, and how did they come up with him? But if you look at what he does, and you look at how he coaches, you look that he is from one of the more, he's from a basketball hotbed from the DMV area. that he can get people, he could get kids to come to the school. He could get kids to buy into his program. They just had to believe that he can actually get it done. Let's see what we got. You said Uncle Israel said Tamika Reed is being evaluated after her second year at her new gig. Come on, 237. 1 year is crazy. Yeah. And that's a women's basketball coach who elevated herself from from basically the sweat to Conference USA. So, 80 Sykes needs to be at Division II HBCU where there isn't so much red tape and hoops to jump through. I mean, I'm gonna just be honest with you. 80 Sykes is at the she's at the perfect place to try to get things done. It's other folks that are in the way that there's other folks there that's keep getting in the way. See, it is the thing, Mr. Emmett. At the end of the day, the board of trustees' job is basically not to hire and fire a coach. That is the AD's job. They give that job to her. The board of trustees' job is to make sure that they have that the funds of the contract meets the schools and the state's expectations. They don't need nobody doesn't need to hear, of course, okay it. Like if it's a 3-year deal for $450,000, that's $150,000 a year. Come on now. Stop. What do you expect to pay this man right here? And he's, like I said, he has a winning record. He doesn't have a losing record from where he was at. He's been winning on every level that he's been at. And then the other point is that he was the assistant athletic director at his last institution that he coached at. So he knows what to do and what goes on around there. And yeah, 1 year is not enough. 1 year is because basically that 1 year you're going to be right back into the same situation. And I think she is doing a great job. And yeah, the board. And so when you got like I said, you got DSO, you have a DSO, you have the booster clubs, and everybody that's all on board with this whole thing, and they look at the list and they all came up with the same person. Then there should be no issue. There should be nothing that look. This is the person we're gonna give. I recommend 3 years, 450,000. What You know, what can we do? Well, I don't even know what he's done. I haven't did no research, dude. As a board, you have no other say but to ratify the contract. You have no other say. And then at the end of the day, it's still the president's final say in in hiring this person. The president has the final say in hiring the person. The AD does her job, vets the person out, hires them. I mean, gives them a contract. They accept it. They like it. You present it to the board. The board relooks. You know, they look at the contract. They see if it's legit. They think it's legit. Move on. Guess who goes? Guess who has the final say? The president. But see, since FAMU is in so much damn turmoil, so I know you mean my dot. So he's EA, who is a rattler, said, listen, this has nothing to do with the new coach. He is collateral damage. This is a war with the AD versus Board of Trustees, National Alumni Association. With the president now out of the way, they hunting. And they need to start hunting they don't need to do anything else. Hunt for money to be raised for the school. How about y'all do that? How about y'all do that? How about y'all do that? So, I mean, all right, let's get back to it because it's starting to get irritated. 1 year contract for FAMU men's basketball coach Patrick Curry II would be SWAC's shortest, database says. Sykes said that according to the Winthrop Intelligence database, the shortest term of head men's basketball coaches in the SWAC is 3 years, and the longest is 4 years. That means a 1 year deal would make Crary the short, contractually tenured coach in the SWAC. If we are serious about building a serious basketball program, you got to look at it through the eyes of a recruit, Perry said. In the advent of the NCAA transfer portal, how many recruits want to come when they know the coach has a 1 year contract? Do they want to sign on with a coach they know has a 1 year contract? Now, Mr. Perry, as y'all know, he is on the board of trustees for FAMU and also for Bethune-Cookman. So he has dual partnership. He's the one, him and another board and another trustee wanted to give Coach Crary his 3 year deal. The other 6 said we're going to go with the one. So Mr. Perry is looking at it from the lens of a recruit. If a recruit finds out that your coach is on a 1 year deal, and let's just say he's successful in that 1 year deal with that 1 year, and the school so happily decide to say we're going to go in another direction. What happens when that recruit that came for that coach? Because remember nowadays recruits don't come for the school most of the time. They come for the coaches. All right. What will happen when you find out that the coach is gone? What is the recruit to do? And that's where Brianna comes in with the question, what about the athletes? But Ed, we ain't talking about football. We talking about basketball. We ain't talking about football. Football already had their fun in the sun. We talking strictly about basketball. The only athlete that matter to FAMU is the one on producing on the football field. And even if that's the same thing, it doesn't matter because they could have did the same thing to Coach Cozy, gave him a 1-year deal to see how he does. It's like I said, this is a shame. What about the athletes? The athletes and the coach are collateral damage. And Blue Jacket, he is a lame duck coach because what if he have a successful season and the board decides to say, hey, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna let you go. Who does that? Who does that? Who does that help? It doesn't help the school. It doesn't help. Who does it help? And I've seen the list. Don't get me wrong. I've seen the list. And some of the players, some of the people that was on that list, I'm like, okay, but she felt in her heart they wanted to go with this person. I've seen the list. They had Shamon Williams on there. UNC point guard, great. Played in the NBA. Maybe they didn't want to go there because they feel like he might ask for too much. I seen, of course, I think I seen Lindsey Hunter on there, Sean Woods, I've seen some ex-SWAC coaches on there. Like, seriously. Maybe they didn't want to go there because they probably asked for too much. All right, what you got for me, EA? You have to read the political tea leaves. They are saying, Miss AD, you're not going to be here long enough to run the athletic department, so 1 year is fine. Yeah, they had Byron Scott on there. So Byron Scott getting paid $150,000 a year. I mean, but they came to the conclusion that search committee came to the conclusion that this is who we're going to go for. This is who we're going for. All right, let's continue. Only 4 FAMU athletics positions get multi-year contracts. The athletic director, head football coach, head men's basketball coach, and head women's basketball coach. I'm not sure if any university will benefit from having a revenue sports coach on a 1-year contract, Clyde said. I'm not sure how attractive that looks to anybody. And once the word gets out in a circle of coaches that this school brought in a revenue coach for 1 year, I think that's a stigma that's hard to get rid of. Patrick Crary employment agreement is listed on FAMU Board of Trustees consent agenda for its August 8th meeting during the board's Orlando retreat. The goal is not to be punitive. The goal is to protect the institution financially to ensure that we're getting the best available talent for the roles we have available, Lawson said of his motion for Crary to get a 1-year contract. This approach allows us a degree of protection. This approach allows y'all to say, well, this is to basically tuck tail and run and say, this ain't on us. Because that's what I'm looking at. That you're saying this ain't on us. This would be on the AD. AD that y'all done had so much pushback for. It didn't make no sense. Let's see what else we got. This is from Gerald Thomas III. And he is the beat writer for FAMU, for the Tallahassee Democrat. If you want to reach out to him about the story, you can hit him on Twitter at 3PG. That is 3PEATGEE. Or you can email him at gdthomas@tallahassee.com. So that is what we have going on with this story. And so if anybody wants to come up, the floor is now open for discussion. You don't have to show your vid. You don't have to show your face on here. All you do is just make sure that your mic is working and put your 2 cents in, because this is something that we need to talk about. So that list that they had, I looked at that list. Well, she's not giving people interviews, even going back to the FB football coaching search. Most of the coaches on the staff that applied didn't even get an interview. Maybe she wants to. That pissed off a lot of alumni. Maybe she didn't want to do that because she want to do it her way and not the FAMU way. She's doing it her way. You hire her to do an actual job, and this goes back towards the AD. And so if the AD want to do it her way, y'all just had to sit there and let her do it her way. She feel like somebody didn't need to be interviewed. That's on them. That's what you can do that's what happens when you are managing. I know this because I used to do that when I managed at certain stores. So when it came down to come down to making a decision, when I look at applications, when I look at resumes, when I look at resumes, it's the same. It's the thing about making the choice. If that's the best choice for me. Let's see what you got for me. The problem is the president brought her name forward, even though she did not make the cut of the committee. The president brought the name forward. The president hired her. So I mean, it is what it is, y'all. You put yourselves in this situation. Like, and it's sad. Like, everybody can come together and be on one accord, y'all. Like, like, let's just say somebody decides either they're gonna step down from a certain place, and her name is the first one to pop up. And they look at her record. They look at what she has done. They look at the good and the bad, and the good is going to outweigh the bad. She's easily going to get a job somewhere else. Student athletes are the ones that are getting the bad end on this. Yes, they are. Because I'm just being honest, to be real, this is just my opinion. When it comes down to it, Board of Trustees just need to sit their ass down somewhere. Look at the contract. If it's good, move it on forward. Because the last person who has the last say is the president. And that's just what it is. That is just what it is. And so I've always said they be on that book, like the board be on that bullshit. And the board needs to sit there. And you know, I look, the board needs to sit their ass down somewhere. They just need to sit down somewhere. I never said she had the money to do what she wants, but I'm saying what I'm saying is the fact that she has done the job what she has done her duty of what needs to be done. I mean, you recommend it, but then too, who does this look bad on? Who does this look bad on? Does this look bad on? FAMU president is resigning. He is taking a year sabbatical to get, basically his head straight, and he's coming back to FAMU to teach in the uh, School of the Environment. They just uh, they just uh, they just approved the contract for the interim president, Dr. Timothy Beard, who is a I think he's a FAMU alum. Yes, Willie is 43, y'all. Willie is not no young coach. If you want to talk about a young coach, GJ Kenny is a young coach. Who is the youngest coach in Division I football right now? Willie got y'all. I mean, yes, Willie got you a Celebration Bowl. Willie coached a Celebration Bowl team, but them players got you that championship. No, Mr. Haynes. AD Sykes is not running the show. It's the board that's trying to run the show. AD Sykes is doing the best that she can to make sure that the athletic department is A1. And like I said, she's doing a great job of to the contrary of some of my contemporaries on here. But at the same time, this looks very bad. This looks very bad. And not only is he the lowest paid coach in the SWAC, he has the shortest contract in the SWAC. I think she has 2 more years on her contract. That's something I didn't get to ask, and I don't want to ask her because that's not giving me that. That's not my business. How much on a contract? What would these people do if it weren't for FAMU? What do you mean by that, Mr. Leonard? What would the people do if it wasn't for FAMU? What do you mean by that? It's gonna look ugly, man. It's gonna get. I think it's gonna get more ugly. It's gonna get uglier. It's gonna get uglier by about a month or so. In fact, let me see. I'll see if I can find that list. All right. Treat the reigning champions with respect. That's in football. We don't care about y'all in basketball, nothing like that. It doesn't matter. Yeah, there's good news. St. Aug got their accreditation back. Yeah, they pay out their debt. Yeah, they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it. I think they are gonna do it, and we want them to thrive. I haven't discussed y'all. Look. The last time I got on here to discuss FAMU was that board of trustees meeting. I haven't discussed y'all in a minute. I haven't. I haven't discussed y'all not one bit in the last couple of weeks. I had the pleasure of doing an interview with AD Sykes. I had the pleasure of doing an interview with Coach Colsey at Swag Media Day. Uh, I ran into Kelvin Dean and Kendall Bowler and told them that, hey, make sure y'all ready for the season. Like for real, I've have done more shows in the last month that had nothing to do with Florida A&M. The last one I did was in, if I'm not mistaken, it had to be in. It was July. It was right before I went to SWAC Media Day. But y'all have been in the news for obviously the wrong reasons. Ever since. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. Let's get it clear. Y'all have been on the wrong end of the news ever since January. It is August now. Ever since January, y'all have been on the wrong side of the news. Now, where y'all on some of the good side of the news, yes, you won a Celebration Bowl. Y'all breezed through the SWAC last season. Y'all won the SWAC championship game. Y'all won the HBCU national championship. Yes. But guess where your problem started coming in? It started coming in. In fact, really, it started coming in December 31st. When you found out that Willie was going to go and be the new running backs coach at Duke University. So what is it that you want me to talk about? Because this is, in a sense, this is newsworthy. Y'all put yourselves out there, man. But it's not affecting any other school. We had our issues. We had our run with Jackson State with Tamika Reed. We had our issue. She went to another school. We found a new head coach for the women's team. Right? I covered A&M getting Dawn Thornton to coach the women's team over there. We talked about Coach Joseph, Mickey Joseph for Grambling. I even did something last season when we talked about Fred McNair leaving Alcorn. So that's what I'm saying. Willie God, so what be y'all excuse this year? First of all, when we gonna get into football chat, we'll talk about that. But right now, we talking about your board of trustees that's be on that bullshit, and how the head men's basketball coach is being scapegoated and railroaded in this whole situation because y'all board don't like your AD. And if I'm the AD, if I'm AD Sykes, I will govern the athletic department and give a middle finger up to the board just for the hell of it. Like, seriously, come on now. It don't affect any other school. Like I talk about more schools, but y'all been put in this. Y'all put yourselves in this situation. Especially the biggest situation was that phony $237 million that was gifted to y'all. That was the biggest story and that you couldn't get out of your own, way. I mean, like I said, get your house in order. Hell, I even talked about Valley and all the amenities that they got improved, and the fact that their AD came back to Jackson. But hey, Leonard, uh, what does my channel say? What's the title of my channel? What is the title of my channel? HBCU Overdrive. This ain't just Jackson State. This is just not Jackson State. It involves every facet of HBCU out there that has a athletic program. And y'all get Willie started, please. Y'all done got her started. Oh, Brandon, I ain't worried about it. It's just the fact that they feel like they in the news. Who's dogging out? Who we dogging out? When it comes to football, let's talk about this. When it comes to football, in the last 3 years, let's get it. Let's talk about it. Since you want to talk about, let me talk about football. You want to bring up football, right? The last 3 years in football, the two most successful programs in the SWAC the last 3 years have been Jackson State and FAMU. Right? First 2 years y'all been in the conference. Who did you lose to? You lost to 1400 J.R. Lynch Street. And then you went undefeated last season. Who did we lose to? In the first 2 years y'all came into the conference? Nobody. Last year we lost 3 conference games. At some point in time, your reign can end at any time. And don't get me wrong. When we found out y'all had got the donation, right? We got the donation. I put all the bullshit to the side and I congratulated y'all. I did. I congratulated y'all. But then the next day when I find out that it might not be what it meant to be, I put it out there. So let's just look. Come on now, man. All that crying, y'all, and then y'all do all that whoop talking on Twitter. I don't say shit to y'all. I mind my business. I be looking at it, mind my business. And I let the ones who really want to get at your ass, I let them go after y'all. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. But let's talk about this list right here. This is from Don't Forget About Us. It is, I guess it's a blog that um I guess it highlights FAMU athletics or so. Um and this is from last month. So the full list of applicants for Florida A&M's head coaching position. This is via public record request. So let's see who applied for this position. Um So this offseason, FAMU began a search for a new head men's basketball coach, replacing Robert McCullum. In the end, the Rattlers zeroed in on St. Thomas University, which is NAIA head coach Patrick Craig II. Craig was a successful NAIA head coach, compiling a 61-27 record with the Bobcats. He made the NAIA national tournament twice, making it to the round of 16 in 22-23. It was an outside the box hire for the Rattlers, but I think this move can be a game changer for the program. We wrote about the move in April, celebrating the risk and potential reward it can bring. Of course, it wasn't just Crary who applied for the job. 51 people applied for the job in total, according to a public records request sent to the university. That list included current college head coaches and former NBA assistant coaches. So we had um, Alan Cavanis, Andrew Steele, Anthony Evans. That's somebody else. That somebody I know who that is. Benjamin Betts, Brent Cruz, Candace Dupree. When you got a woman on here who said I can do a good job, Candace Dupree, Craig A. Brown, Damon Bethea, Daryl Sharp, David Grace, DeMarlo Slocum, Dennis Hobson, Donald Green, Dudley St. Hilaire, Eugene Granger, Frank Young, Gary Stewart, Gilbert Jamal Brown, Gregory Dwayne Jackson, Henry Bibby. Henry Bibby is old as hell. I don't think he wants to be back into coaching like that. Joe Giddens, Jake Morton, James Thatcher, Gene Prelo, Joseph Eatman, Joseph Esposito, Kenneth Mangrum, Kyle Jones, Landon Bussey, that's from Alcorn, Lindsey Hunter, Jet State, great, Marcus Bryant, Mario Miller, Matthew Futch, Michael Davis. Michael Davis meaning that would be, I think that would be Mike Davis right there, if I'm not mistaken. Michael Jones, Morris L. Scott, of course, Patrick Crary, Raphael Chilius, Richard Grant, Robert John Pack, if I'm not mistaken, I think that is Robert Pack right there. Rodell Davis, Rodney Clark, Rory M. Spencer, Ryan Partial, Sean Woods, Shaman Williams, Wes Pfeiffer, William Holland, William F. Powers III, Willie Jones, and Edward Joyner. All right. So Shaman Williams, Sean Woods, I would say Robert Pack. Let me see. Let me make sure that is the right person I'm talking about. Yep, that is correct.
That is Robert Pack, played point guard in the NBA for 13 seasons from New Orleans. He is REG, what is Rwanda Energy Group. He is the head coach of the Rwandan Energy Group, BBC. The last time he was in the NBA, he was a head assistant coach for the Wizards between 2018 and 2021. Let's see, Rodney Clark, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see who. Let's see, Michael Davis. That would be Mike Davis, Lindsey Bryant, Lizzie Hunter, Landon Bussey, Tyler Jones, Henry Bibby. Candace Dupree. It's bad when you got a lady who is the head coach of Tennessee State women's basketball, and then she decides to put her name in the hat. Dennis Hobson. That name is on there too. Dennis Hobson. Yep, played with the Bulls in 1990-91. So he's at Lord's University in Sylvania, Ohio. So yeah.
maybe she didn't want to do that if they didn't ask her for a lot of money. Like Shamar Williams, Shamar Williams and Robert Pack, Candace Dupree. Candace Dupree doing that shoot just let you know that a woman can actually coach a men's basketball team. That would be crazy. I mean, anybody from FAMU, you want to come up here, y'all are more than welcome to come up here and state your piece. I open this up for everybody, anybody and everybody, but y'all want to stay in the chat. Y'all stay in the chat. Don't say nothing. What up, Tonyo? Don't sit here and say nothing when I gave y'all a chance to speak your piece on this platform. Thank you. So again, I'm gonna be real with you. Y'all, your board of trustees, y'all be on that bullshit. Y'all be on the bullshit. Like for real. Here's the thing. I want to ask. Who are we envious about? Y'all became champions in football 1 year. That was last season. Y'all became champions in football last season. And y'all act like y'all just running through the sweat. Your basketball team haven't done nothing in 17 years. 17 years ago, I had braids in my hair. And I didn't have no gray in my goatee, nor in my head whatsoever. I was probably about 70 pounds lighter 17 years ago. So what does that why are we envious about y'all? Tell me. Come on screen. The link is in the chat. Come on. I want you to you ain't gotta you don't have to put your video, you don't have to put your face on screen. You can mic your camera, you can turn your camera off, but you just be mic'd up. Why are we envious? Why is everybody think everybody is envious of y'all? Because on the real, nobody is envious of y'all. In fact, a lot of folks in the SWAC want y'all to go back to the MEAC. I'm gonna put it out there just like that. A lot of folks in the SWAC want y'all to go back to the MEAC after just this past season. What is there to be jealous of? Y'all won a natty last season. Y'all won the SWAC last season. Okay. We done had our spill for the last 2 years. But if you really want to go back down to history, talking about wins and losses, y'all running stuff since 2004, y'all haven't ran anything. I'm just asking. I'm just saying. But tell me, 3 years y'all been in a swap, right? But see, you gonna go back and forth with me in the chat. I'm not about to type that shit. So you can either come on here and speak in a respectful manner, or you keep your ass in that chat and keep chatting it up. Okay? And if you're not gonna do it, don't come in here and talk that talk. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you. You're losing streak. You're gonna lose at home for the first time in 20 games. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. You're going to go. I had leveled out with y'all, said y'all go 8-4, but I go back to trolling and say I go back to my troll post and to my troll video and say y'all go 6-6. You're going to lose to Miami. You're going to lose to Troy. You might lose to South Carolina State at home. That would be your first home loss in 5 years. I can see them beating. I can see South Carolina State beating FAMU at home. What's going on, Square? You say I have no answers. No, come on. Let's talk. Let's talk. Get out the chat. Come on the screen. Come on before I put you on the Summers Jam screen. Yeah, you look, you cool. Even though you get on some people's nerves, but you cool. But I respect that. And I'll be in Jackson too. I will be in Jackson October the 19th. I mean, but that's your boy Leonard. He all bark, no bite. Barking like a chihuahua over here. You don't want to come against me. I told you if you got an issue with me, come debate me. So I'll just put this out there like that. I'm just saying this. Y'all been in the news ever since December the 31st. Your board of trustees is full of it. They're power hungry, but they've been embarrassed too many times and they want to usurp their own power. So I can see FAMU getting the brakes beat off of them by Jackson. In Jackson. In Jackson. But at the end of the day, like I said, your board of trustees be on that bullshit. They don't know when to just sit down and shut the fuck up. Excuse my language. If you would have gave him at least his 3-year deal and ratified the 3-year deal like it was supposed to be done in the first place, and say the contract looks good, where it's supposed to be done in the first place, you wouldn't be in the situation that you in right now. But no. We talking about basketball, and Little want to bring his retarded ass up here and talk about football. Even though, yes, it is the time for football season. It's August. Yes, we know that. I know this for sure. But we talking about your board of trustees and your new basketball coach. Don't come in here and try to change up the narrative. And if you got an issue, you go run to Twitter. I mean, people just gonna. I'm not gonna get on there and argue with you. Argue with your mama. Nope, Dr. Lori don't need to be on this either. I'm not nobody not mad. Ain't nobody mad. Cause believe me, you ain't seen mad yet, partner. I don't care if you from Florida, I don't care if you from Alaska, I don't care if you from Siberia. What you not going to do, come on here and try to change the narrative of this show. We talking about your funky ass board of trustees who can't get shit right. We talking about the alums who get mad because some people think that the AD feel like the AD ain't doing her job. And I feel like she is doing her job. And I will commend her on that. We talking about your basketball coach, you want to come in here and talk about football. When I want to talk about football, I let you come on here and talk about football. Thank you, Miss Rozier. That's it. We talk like I ain't got no smoke for most of the people up in here that watch this show, that come on this show. What's going on, Miss Shanetta? I ain't got no smoke for none of those folks none of the FAMU folks that come in here and watch the show and have a good time with us over here. We can talk noise. We talk noise. We did I disrespect you? You didn't disrespect me personally, but when you come in here and talking about we y'all champions and we can envy, I'm talking about basketball. I'm not talking about football. That's where your disrespect comes. That's where the disrespect comes in when you're trying to change up the narrative. I'm not talking about football. When I want to talk about football, I will tell you about football. I will talk to you about football. When I want to talk about football, I will talk about football. But today we ain't talking about football. We talking about your funky ass board of trustees. Courtesy of Mr. Jeremiah Clark. And if you feel like you want to change the narrative on somebody else's on something else, you can politely take your crazy ass. Well, I ain't calling you crazy, but you can politely take your ass onto somebody else's shit. That's your see. That's your board of trustees. You went to FAMU, right? You went to FAMU, right? You went to FAMU. That's your board of trustees. Your board of trustees make your school look terrible. Your board of trustees making your school look terrible. Terrible. They don't know when to sit down and shut the fuck up and let the people who are in charge do their job. No, but when you talk to chat, you talking to me too. So let's not go there. And in fact, if anybody just go on and send it to the gulag, y'all. Send it to the upper room. Cause I ain't got time for it. In fact, don't even worry about it. I'll do it myself. Oh yeah, I know. It's your governor. Your governor, run to Satan. I know that. Trust me, I know that. We talk. Me and you, we talk about this all the time. We always talk about this. See, here's the thing. Here's a person right here. EA. We talk. Me and EA. EA come in here. EA can ruffle some feathers at some point, but when it comes to certain things like this, he puts in his 2 cents. You know, like he said, we play y'all once a year. I'm gonna come up in here. We gonna talk football. And he said he hopes to see me when I'm in Jackson. And I told him I'm being Jackson. Don't worry about it. But we talking about your board. See, we talking about your board, right? So that's what we doing. That's what we talking about. So he didn't deflect. He just putting in other things, other information about what is going on, and he feels like he's very passionate about his institution. So I'm gonna get EA his respect, but he know when he get out of line, Sergeant Whitley comes in and she clears out the room. But anyway, at the same time, man, look, we just gonna go ahead and call a spade. Your board ain't worth shit. Your board ain't worth shit. The AD is doing a great job, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And that basketball coach is pretty much the scapegoat in this situation right here. Should have gave him his 3-year deal. It's going to take at least 3 years for you to do anything with that basketball program. So I don't get like this all the time, so yeah. I mean, I don't get like this. I don't get out of my character. I am cool, calm, and collective, but I don't like it when somebody comes in and try to change the narrative of something that I've been talking about. But you know what? Shanetta, the IHL don't really say anything. The IHL don't have too much to say as far as when it comes to I know on the athletic side, they give the leeway to the schools, which is a good thing. You have one person on the board. You have two people on the board said that it should have been a 3-year deal. You have 6 other folks on that board saying that we just gonna give him a tryout, which I think that is asinine. And I when I read that article, I fully agreed with Belvin Perry what he said as far as um, how does this look in the eyes of a recruit? How does this look in the eye of an actual player that's on the team? Signing a coach for a 1-year deal, and then you're talking about going back to reevaluate him at the end of the season. You put more. You do more damage than you do good. Because now you're going to be right back in the same situation. You're going to be right behind the 8 ball. Um, I'm just saying it is what it is. But this institution just can't get out of this its own way. And I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know what's going on the horizon. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about some MEAC football, and then we'll, I guess if she's doing a show tomorrow, we'll talk SWAC football tomorrow night. And also, I did put out a video. I did clip my stance, that I am a proponent for LGBTQI rights. So go ahead and check that out and watch that. That was from last night. I'm going to be clipping some more things as far as with talking about politics last night and the battle between Bama State and A&M from my guy Deacon Mel, melanated righteously. But I appreciate everybody for joining me tonight. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like the stream, comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitter, y'all do know we simulcast between Twitter and YouTube. For the 101 folks that are on Twitter, make sure you make your way over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. Also, if you are watching on Twitter, you can also follow me on Twitter also. But other than that, man, it is August. I should have said this yesterday, and I totally forgot. I want to give a special shout out to my nephew, my oldest nephew, Jeremiah Matthews. He turned 23 on July the 31st. And I want to give a special shout out to my ex. Her son, DJ, he turned 16 yesterday. So happy birthday to those young kings right there. And you know, I got love for you and everything. Uh, when I get fun, I get some money, we get some chips in my pocket. We gonna go out there and celebrate. So it's August. Y'all know, like I said, there's four Saturdays left until football season comes around, and we're gonna talk our noise about football when it comes down to it. Uh, Man, look, y'all see how you at work. Look, when I be at work, I have my thing on my head, and if I'm away from that register, because that's most of the time I be at, I move away from that register. I'm gonna talk my talk. Um, so also check us out on Sunday night. HBCU Nightly will be back Sunday for season 3, and you can check everybody out on there, including myself as one of the contributors to this major to this major podcast. So we gonna go ahead and get up on out of here. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe and hug your loved ones, man. And if you can, put a 337 in the chat for our fallen brother, Julian Arsenault. We love you. We miss you, man. And hopefully, when God permits us to be, we'll see you on that other side. But till then, we'll be back on Saturday afternoon. Yes, Mr. Haynes, with MEAC Talk. But y'all have a great one. Peace.